What's poppin', everybody? Cerebral94. Have a sweet TCG Online Malamar game once again. Gonna show a few more before I hopefully make a new deck, or using the Celestial Storm cards, hopefully, or just another new deck in general. But I do try to show different decks and use other decks for matches. But a lot of the time, I just really love to use the same old shit that I use. Alright, but Malamar, I want to show a few more games anyway because I haven't shown enough before the rotation happens. And then we're basically going to have to make a few changes, make it a little bit different, or just use it and expand it. Maybe start doing that too, see how it fares. Basically make a Rails version of Malamar and expand it. Okay, so I mulligan, so that's bad. But we do get our little NK here, and I have a bunch of interesting cards in hand. It doesn't look like I have a lot of shit, but we're going to be able to make a really sweet play with the cards I have in hand. Now, my opponent also opens up with an NK, so it's Malamar versus Malamar, mirror match, and in a situation like this, it's quite simple. The player that has the sets up faster, gets the first major attack and gets a major knockout and keeps at it, he should win, he or she should win, or they should have a major advantage at least. There may be a few more other variables, but for the most part, it just comes down to speed, setting up, and having the better pace. Alright, so I use the Skyla and get the Mysterious Treasure. We don't have much of a choice, even though we have Lily in hand. I can't really play most of the cards over there. I mean, using the letter to get more energies. We can't use the switch, can't use the Eva Soda. So I decided, hey, let's use Scala. We don't have much of a choice here. I don't want to use Lily to draw one card or two cards. So what we're going to do is I grabbed Giratina Prism. And since I have a bunch of energies in hand, we're going to be able to instantly almost power him up. I mean, he has 3 energies already, and it doesn't seem like much since it's a Pokemon that can't really get one-hit knockouts anyway, especially since I don't run Choice Band. But it's a Pokemon that it really gives a lot of pressure since it's almost powered up now, especially against a deck like this where they need a little bit of time to set up too. Since it's Malamar, they don't attack immediately. Having a Giratina like that, almost ready to get a free attack off, it can be pretty pressuring. It's pretty aggressive. And since it's basically the Psychic Weakness Wars too, Giratina actually can get one-hit knockouts anyway, even though he doesn't quite do a one-hit knockout straight damage because of the weakness on things like Necrozma GXs and other Psychic Pokemon. He's going to get one-hit knockouts anyway. So I top deck Malamar. This is good, evolve, and we're going to use our Lily to draw 6 cards. Not bad. So I have a bunch of more options to work with. Gonna bench down the Donminx Necrozma GX. Good. And got the Mime too. Probably don't need that. Probably going to discard that with Mysterious Treasure. But I'm going to use Invasion. Get Donminx Necrozma there. If he gets stuck there, might as well have that dude. Discard the Mime, and let's grab another NK. Alright, if I get all my NKs out, all my Malamars out I should say, I should be pretty good. My opponent didn't do much on his turn, which is why I say, these things are pretty major. Just a few little things here make the difference. So I won't be able to maybe get a knockout this turn, but we're setting up our dudes, and all he did was basically bring out the Ultra Necrozma GX attached energy with the Guzma, and that was all he did. I didn't quite get a knockout, but we have a better setup, and that's really good. So he's going to use Cynthia. I mean, he is going to be slower than me no matter what, since he only has 1 NK out. At best, he can get 1 Malamar out this turn. He won't be able to get a couple and attach a bunch of energies. For me, we have 1 Malamar out already, and with the 2 NKs, I'll have the other ones down 2 by next turn. At least 1. We have 1 in hand. So, I mean, already you can kind of see that the game might already be won by me, even though the game hasn't finished. It's like a prophecy. I don't know how to explain it. Okay, so Malamar comes out. and I use N. I don't have to attach the Fury Belt anywhere yet, because Giratina, even though it's great, a basic Pokemon with 200 HP, Ultra Necrozma GX still knocks it out. So let's just save it. I'd rather put it on something like the my Necrozma GX, regular one, when we eventually use it. So Acrobike, kind of a painful situation here, but we're going to get the Stadium, not the random receiver. My opponent could use that too, but I think I really might need it. You never know when it comes up. So I can't get quite a one-hit knockout here, but it's going to be good that we get a lot of damage on the Ultra Necrozma GX before my opponent managed to do anyway. It puts me in a leading position, and I guess we are going to put the Fury Belt eventually right now. The thing is that since he doesn't have a bunch of Malamars out, if he did, I would have been maybe more worried. But since he doesn't, maybe the Fury Belt can help out. He's going to need the third Psychic Energy to get a one-hit knockout. Otherwise, he would just be able to do it with two. So maybe the Fury Belt can't do something. And if I can survive, if Giratina can survive, I'm in a very good position here. So severely damaged fucking Ultra Necrozma GX, and he's starting to get some gas going for him. Dominates the Necrozma GX with the Float Stone, Invasion, and has one Malamar out. So let's see what it's going to do. Attach a Psychic Energy. And he has another one of those Ultra Necrozma GXs. Put the Beast Energy down too. That can be troublesome, but it works out for me. I mean, if he just attached the Beast Energy on the attacking dude, he could have gotten a knockout. That was going to be pretty significant. If my maths is right, that would have been, yeah, I think that's exactly 200. So that was a mistake on his part. Maybe I'm missing something, who knows. But I mean, even if he did, I guess we could still have used Donmix and Necrozma GX to finish the job. But this way, it's even worse. I guess that way he manages to save an energy, but he could have gotten a knockout. So, I don't know. Sycamore, I'm going to draw a bunch of shit. Let's see, we have 3 Cynthias in hand. Wow. Not really any cards that I can really use. The Nest Ball, we can't search anything with that right now. So, I can't get the third Malamar out. But it's fine, we have the pieces we need. I'm going to get the knockout, that's the important thing. I have a bunch of damage dudes, so, that could be something. So, let's see here. I actually have the option to use Dunwing's Necrozma too, since it has a bunch of Psychic Energies on. I did invest them. I could just use it and just get a knockout with it, and not worry about my opponent pulling it up later, things like that, and just put the energies to some use at least, get a knockout, and still have the Giratina. But I think, you know what, we're going to keep using the Giratina. I want to have the Donwink's Necrozma GX there. Since it has the Float Stone, it's basically my free retreat pivot dude. So we're going to keep it there. And I don't really need to use it just yet. Maybe the GX attack's going to come out too. I don't think so, but somehow maybe if I end up being behind prizes somehow. But I do have the lead, as you guys can see. We've got Hubayx down too. I probably would have preferred something like Necrozma GX right now, since I have the 3 Malamars almost there. We need one more. Got the Ultra Ball from the prizes too. But Huba can be pretty useful too. We could snipe down Malamar there, and without those, my opponent is really going to be trouble. I mean, he's already struggling to get him out. He has 2 right now. Played the second one now. But if I just get rid of one, it's going to be troublesome for him. So, Photon Geyser. He's going to do good 130 damage. Get the knockout. Okay. And wait a damn minute. Shouldn't that do more damage? Or actually, no. Maybe my math is off. I don't know, man. I don't fucking know what the fuck that Beast Energy. It gives 20 damage more, 30 damage more, right? Something like that. Anywho. So, let's see here. I'm going to use the Nest Ball since my opponent gave me a spot on the bench. We can now indeed grab the Necrozma GX, and with the Ultra Ball, I can also easily get the third Malamar. It should be in the deck, and an easy knockout since my opponent doesn't have the Fury Belt. So I'm really in a leading position. I'm gonna get another knockout on a Pokemon that gives 2 prizes, so we only need 1 more. My opponent has only knocked out Giratina that gives 1 prize, so he's in a really rough spot. At this point, you know, he has to do some funky shit to stall me out. Otherwise, I do have the advantage. Okay, so Ultra Ball. It seems we don't have the Malamar. It's in the deck. Wow. But it's a good thing I had the Psychic Energy in hand. So we managed to do the shit here. And I'm gonna put the Float Stone on the Malamar and use Cynthia, draw some cards. There really isn't anything I really need from the deck, I guess. Besides maybe Psychic Energies. We drew the Mystery Treasure, but I don't have the Malamar over there, so it doesn't matter. So let's just use the Field Blower, get rid of his Float Stone, just make it hard for him. Normally I don't use like a Field Blower for only 1 card, just 1 tool or a Stadium. But since I'm in the lead here, we're going to do everything we can to sort of give my opponent a disadvantage. Alright, so I get my 2 prizes, and we see the Psychic Energy and the Malamar. Good shit to see, excellent stuff. Exactly what I need here. And I basically should have this game in the bag. My opponent is in a really rough spot. So he's going to use Ultra Ball to get another NK out. And the great thing is that normally I'm kind of conservative. I don't want to play a bunch of my own tools at the same time. But in this case, we do have 2 Float Stones down and the Altar of the Moon. So even if he plays something like Field Blower, he can only get rid of 2 cards. So either 1 Float Stone or the Stadium is going to stay there. So with the Psychic Energies on the Dunmix Necrozma, I can basically do my free retreat shit anyway. So yeah, he's using Field Blower right now, but then he's going to realize, what am I going to get rid of? He's still going to be able to get his retreating shit. So, you know, he's thinking hard there what to discard. And let's see, he decides to go with 1 Float Stone and the Altar of the Moon and keeps the Float Stone on the Malamar. Okay, that's a sound decision. Doesn't really matter, but I guess he wanted to do it like that. And I do have another Altar of the Moon. I should have like at least 1 more switch maybe. Makes no difference. He got the knockout with Dawnwing's Necrozma there. Used the GX attack, so putting that to good use. Okay, so we can't quite get the knockout and win this turn, I guess, unless I had Guzma in hand, but I don't. So what I can do is, this is an excellent opportunity to just use Hoopa and get a little snipe, just get rid of a Malamar there, make my opponent's life hard, even harder. It puts me in a position where I need 1 more prize, so it doesn't really matter, but getting rid of a Pokemon that helps him out, you know, it's good enough. We're going to use the Stretcher too, get me the Necrozma GX back. It's the only Pokemon we really need right now. And okay, the opponent, you get another free turn, but it's unlikely you're going to be able to knock out 2 Pokemon next turn and just get 3 prizes like that. So, going to use my Malamar here, retreat. We still have 1 more Psychic Recharge, so Necrozma GX is going to be basically almost ready. So he's in a position where, you know, he has to make me not be able to attack, or just do something like, I mean, even if he could use the Necrozma GX's attack that does 100 to everybody, he wasn't going to win. So he really is in a rough position. He can't even use the GX attack of Ultra Necrozma GX, and I don't think that attack was going to do much anyway. So I get my prize here. I mean, even if he ends, he would have to do something like N, get rid of my Float Stone to get me stuck there. And I mean, no matter what, I have energies in play to be able to retreat and attack. So he gets the last knockout with Dawnwing's Necrozma GX. They're a free double KO on my Hoopa that's weak to Psychic. But right now, all I need to do is just use Necrozma GX. I mean, my opponent didn't even end. I have the Altar of the Moon. I have so many options, and it's basically GG. You know, Malamar, Necrozma GX mirror match here, and you guys have seen me that had managed to get the early pressure on. You know, I ended up winning. That's just how these games are. That's how the Pokemon TCG is in this sense. All about a good pace. So, hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys subscribe. Leave a like. Share this with your friends. Say Bro94. What's up?